Toby, welcome to Romania, Bucharest. How do you feel the audience in the Bucharest?
Actually, I love the audience. I was just out there. That's where I literally came from, signing autographs with them. The people here are absolutely wonderful. They're very, very friendly. It's everything you'd like to have when you go to a LAN event.
Comparing to other LAN events that you attend, which are a lot, from a scale to 1 to 10, where would you place the Romanian audience?
The Romanian audience, actually, I kind of feel it's a little bit thin. On a scale of 1 to 10 for likability, like wanting to come back just to be here for the audience, I put that up at around like the 9 to 10 mark. I'd love to see more people here though, being all about Dota, especially the cosplay. We only had like 2 Dota people. Just, come on, it's like cosplay, Half-Life, come on, yeah.
If you talk about cosplay, we had only a Queen of Pain from Dota.
There was a Queen of Pain, and there was actually 2 crops. I found another crop, but there was only one that got into the top 20.
I think the other one didn't sign up for the cosplay contest.
She didn't? Oh, because I actually thought her cropulus was better than the other crop which was on stage. I need to adjudicate these damn things.
I know you have some theater and acting background. You did a lot of musical or studying musical theater. How this could actually improve casting?
Luckily, I can say I actually never really studied musical theatre. I'm too arrogant and stubborn to do that kind of stuff. But I did a lot of musical theatre since I was 4. I was on stage, which is a family thing because my mother was a big theatre person as well. And it really does help you. Like for example, I keep getting asked before I go on stage or before I commentate, it's like, do you feel nervous? I'm like, I haven't felt nervous since I was 6, when I had the primary, I did curtain Sound of Music, and that was the last time I actually remember ever getting frightened in front of audiences. So it gives you a lot of confidence, kind of do whatever you want to, which allows you to focus on what you should be doing, which is your job really well. So yeah, it just builds up a lot of confidence for myself, really.
There are a lot of breathing exercises for actors. Do you practice those? Because you have this enormous sentences and yelling in the tournaments, and I was wondering, do you practice at home?
Not really. I used to do, obviously for singing you do vocal exercises, you get your vocal cords ready for it, but a caster doesn't really need to do that. If a caster needs to do that, they're actually pushing their voice a little bit too hard, and they're not actually controlling what's in here, because they're just yelling, and you funnily enough don't actually have to yell, even though I'm known for screaming crap. I'm actually not actually yelling. All I'm doing is just slightly changing a tone to make it slightly more excited, which gives a whole feeling of actually yelling. But no, I don't really do any exercises before I cast. All I do is look after my voice, so I won't go out drinking late at night before I have to cast the next day, or I drink, you don't drink soda. You don't drink bubble water because that also hurts your throat. So you just drink teas and other stuff like that. You just look after your voice. Don't need breathing exercises. You just need to know when to breathe between sentences, and you can sneak them in all the time. It actually makes it sound like you're not breathing at all.
Do you think at some point in this industry, gaming and casting, would be okay to have schools for new casters?
Actually, yes. I've been working on something with a group in Singapore, in fact. I want to travel down there and teach commentary to a group. It's being organised, actually I probably shouldn't say, but there's something being organised where we actually bring education of our scene into the classrooms. So you learn about how esports develops as a commentator, what you can actually do, because there's very few commentators in the scene which have any kind of professional training or have any real experience as well with esports. So you can listen to some commentators which have been trained like Major League Baseball or NFL or things like this, but esports is a very different breed of commentator because it's a lot more personal than those broadcasts. So that kind of experience hasn't been passed on yet, but I'm working on 2 projects to try and help that happen.
Awesome. I've noticed that the American broadcasters and esports commentators, they have their style, like the radio style, and that's not happening too much in Europe. Do you think they have their school, or is just me having this impression?
There definitely is a division in the casters. I think the best way of describing that is if you look at a caster called AC, who has a radio background. He has a Major League Baseball background as well for casting there, and you can hear it in his voice. He has these generic phrases which for TV people absolutely love, and some people, some people who also watch online kind of like that kind of stuff. They get really hyped for that kind of stuff because it's quirky, it's interesting, but it doesn't sustain you in esports. Esports asks more of a commentator, and that's primarily because of one guy's influence, a guy called Day9. Day9 was a guy who combined personality with commentary. he for me like is one of the guys which really did shape the way commentators develop themselves in esports.
Now you mentioned Day 9, but if we wouldn't talk about him, do you have anyone that inspired you to become a caster?
Initially, like as a child, I would listen to a guy called Ray Warren. I don't think anyone outside of Australia would actually know who this guy is. He commentates NRL, which is our National Rugby League, and he's a Queenslander. In fact, I actually know his grandson for some unknown reason. Yeah, but that's a long story. But yeah, for me, like his commentary, like every single time I'd hear him do a play, like a goal score or something like that, I get chills up my spine, and I always wondered how it would happen. And as I decided to try and pursue commentary a little bit more, I analysed how he would do it and the way he would change the inflection and how it actually gets you hooked in. So at all times, you're just like, I don't care if there's a drink 5 meters away from me. Right now, it's just me, the game, the commentary, and that's all. So he was one of my first influences. The other one is my favorite commentator in the world, and that's Artosis. Because Artosis blends the perfect amount of intelligence with humor, with just like synergy. Like he hits a synergy with almost any person he commentates with. So I think he is at this point the best commentator for esports in the world.
We had him like 3 years ago here at the first DreamHack. We had no Dota then, only the StarCraft, and the crowd was really fun-based Artosis indeed.
Yeah, well, they're an empire. Tastosis are an empire. They've been around. They are the oldest commentators really in the scene, next to people like Red Eye and DJ Wheat. So yeah, a lot of respect to them.
If we're gonna have a DreamHack in the next spring, will you come back?
Of course, of course.
Would you bring Red Eye with you?
Well, if we start doing a panel, yeah, we can probably bring Red Eye. But we'll need to go next level on our production for that one.
Because he knows Bucharest already. He's been here at the first DreamHack, that's why.
Yeah, well, there's no way I'm going to throw him to the wolves by getting him to commentate Dota 2. That's baptism by fire, and he will burn.
Okay, we had a small issue today in the beginning of the final of Dota 2. The Steam went down, and I was wondering, what are they doing behind the computer? And what is Tobi actually doing home when he's about to cast and he can't because there's Steam down? What game do you play before servers are up?
I play the game of putting a wall and just putting my fist through the wall and just screaming out Volvo. It's frustration whenever Dota 2 is down, and when it happened like it did today, you just scream out, why Gabe? Yeah, it was really frustrating. But yeah, when I'm not playing Dota, I try and play Minecraft, and I play a couple of other games. I play original Left 4 Dead, and I'm waiting for Assassin's Creed Unity, because I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan as well.
Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you're gonna come back in the spring and chat more.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
If you have any shout-outs to make,
follow me on Twitter. It's wonderful. TobiWan Dota for everything, and join Dota. Join Dota.com. Best place for Dota 2. That's my shout-outs.